Okay, so now we'll jump into our top 10 other figure list, where it's anything and everything, and
Who do we want to start with?
Tyler, do you want to go first?
All right. My number 10.
I
for
just need
my
to get him out as well.
top 10 figures from any figure lines is the Dino Thunder White Ranger from the
What a
Power Rangers
nerd.
Lightning Collection. This guy is fucking awesome. He's such a dope figure. The only problem with this figure really was he came with a helmet that was unpainted. It didn't have the black lines around the red visor like it should, and so it looked really bad. But Hasbro offered a painted replacement for free for everyone who got the figure.
Really?
So so he's super fucking cool. He just looks like a badass, and I love him.
That doesn't sound like a Hasbro decision. That sounds like a Power Ranger team decision.
Oh yeah.
Well, they are owned by Hasbro, so.
Well,
Braden, do you want to go first, or?
sure, why not, right? This list is going to be... Sure. Okay. This list is going to be kind of strange. You know what? Let's start off with a banger, okay?
We're starting from 10 as we go, you know. Yeah, okay.
Oh, no, I was going to go number 1. Okay. So, this list is interesting. It's a lot of... I wouldn't say it's a lot of variety, but one of my favorite NECA figures has to be this motherfucker, the banger of all mothers, the ultimate cuck.
Gotcha.
This ultimate.
That makes sense now.
It was like, what? Biff Tannen, the ultimate shit. When I got this dude I got him before Christmas. I busted him out. I'm like, Jesus fuck, he is huge. Obviously, they're not in scale, but still, like
penis, Parker.
Look, that likeness is damn good.
He could get in a scream off with the hood.
He's got double jointed elbows. Well, they don't go all the way up, but like you can get him into fighting position. He's got a rubber asshole, so you can just do that.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
He's weirdly articulated too. You can you can move him back. He sounds like he's breaking his bones.
You should paint that lower part skin color so it looks like his jacket's too small.
His jacket's too small, and he's also he looks like a freaking he
looks like a bully.
Yeah, he's always ready to fight, basically, which I love. He's just the ultimate. I like to put like the Venom head on this to make him look like this is Eddie Brock, because this is like this is the most chaddest figure. I just really love him. He's so fun. For like a human figure, he's just such a fun time. So easily one of NECA's, like right behind him though, I have to say, is the NECA Frankenstein. He's like right there. But this guy ultimately ruled out. So that was a long explanation, but yeah.
He bullied his way into the top 10.
Yeah. He called me a butthead off screen.
He pantsed Frankenstein, and that's how he couldn't get in the top 10.
All right, I'll put you in, dude. So yeah.
My number 10 or 10th pick is a Transformer. And it is from the Studio series. It is the Revenge of the Fallen Scrapper. This is a very obscure character and very odd design. But because it's that, I really love it. It's a Constructicon. It forms Devastator. It's one of them.
He looks like Bumblebee's great-great-grandpa.
Yeah, he looks like...
It's a very weird design, which I kind of love.
For
It's
sure.
got a really fucking awful arm, though, I will say. I wish it kind of came with, like, 2 of these in these hands. But,
claws.
yeah, he's very fun. He's got butterfly joints, weirdly enough. I know it's a Michael Bay design and stuff, and they're not the best, but I really love the very odd design to this Decepticon. So
I'm surprised he doesn't have a nutsack between those legs.
left cheek.
Left cheek, yeah. I will say the only thing about this figure is that the first batches, which I have the eyes painted wrong. So he's meant to have the eyes like painted. He's got like two sets of eyes like up on the face, like further up, but they weirdly painted them down here. For some very bizarre reason. So yeah, he's my number 10 pick. Sorry, 10th. He's a very odd character that I just.
He's my number 1 now. That's what he is.
That I absolutely love. So yeah, Scrapper is number 1. Let's go on to our number 9 pick. Tyler, you go first. I'm gonna go me then.
Okay. So my number 1, my number 9 is the Layden. He's throwing me off. Yeah. It's the Hasbro Fortnite Victory Royale Series Sky.
I thought you would have been further down. Or further up, sorry, whatever.
I will say if we did this list had a certain figure released when he was fucking supposed to, Foundation, she might not be on the list. She might have been replaced by him. But she's great. She's fantastic. Like, seriously, one of the best female figures Hasbro has ever put out. And she's, like, we all have her. I think we all can agree, like, she is just so much fun to play with. She is super cool. Ollie is great as well. I wish he had like some articulation for his wings or something, but he's a goober. So
that's fair. My 9th pick is another Transformer. It is the Transformer Studio Series Leader Class Grimlock. I know Braden has a hate relationship with this thing, but Grimlock is one of my favourite characters, along with Optimus, and I absolutely love the G1 design for Grimlock. I think it's great. It's such an adorable T-Rex look for him. I absolutely love, and he's really stupid in that. So we hadn't really had a accurate, which is very accurate to how he's depicted in the movie, and a great toy. For some time. The only way you could get one is the Masterpiece line, and they were selling for like over 100, like close to 200. So the only option you really could get was the Power of the Primes version, which was a terrible Grimlock because it was like trying to be a combiner as well as Grimlock, and it was shit. The size was awful, but yeah, this is one of my favourite mainline figures. Even though there's another mainline figure on this list as well. But
okay.
Very solid Grimlock. I absolutely love this thing. Closer, it's better than the Masterpiece figure, which is very odd. But yeah, I love this thing. So that's my 9th pick.
Respectable decision.
It's wrong.
Unless you're Braden Adams, yeah.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know shit, that's why.
No, I'm kidding. I got it when I went on vacation to see Thatch and Aiden, and I
didn't like him as much as you.
I'm not a Transformers guy. I think that was my issue.
Sure.
I went into it trying to think that it was going to be like a high quality action figure. It's a high quality Transformer.
Yeah. I only own 2 Transformers, and neither of them transform. So
yeah, which is honestly probably the way I'm gonna end up moving towards the future is looking more towards the third party stuff, because
third party figures are ridiculously good for Transformers.
Yeah.
Well, I assume one of them is your number 1. We'll see.
You have to wait and see. I've only ever had 2 third party Transformers though. Yeah,
who's next? Who's
Tyler?
For number
2. Or sorry, 9.
Oh no, have you already done your number 9?
No, he
yes. So it's Braden. Sorry,
it's Braden.
Don't mind me. I'm transforming Grimlock.
What was your number 10, Tyler?
10. 9.
Yeah. Sorry, what was 10?
10. 9.
I can't.
10. 10. 9.
I literally can't see your screen.
10.
Oh, powering.
9.
Okay, yeah.
Jesus.
It's on the viewer who's speaking right now, and it's on right.
Yeah, we'll turn that off.
Oh, well, you just change it to grid viewer.
Yeah. Okay. So it's me next. I'm going.
Yes, you're next. What's your number 9?
Number 9. Alrighty, Roo. All right, folks. We're gonna dive into the. Okay. We're gonna go into the same line that was Tyler's number 9, but with a different figure. which was a figure I was not expecting to like as much as I did, but ended
I
up
think I know what it is.
one of my favorites.
Go on.
I want to see who Tyler thinks it is. Speak.
Just changed to grid view.
Yeah, it is Midas Rex. The dude is shockingly good. I was not expecting him to be as good as he was. Super well articulated.
Mm-hmm.
Comes with little revolvers or little pistols. Like, and you can take.
One of the blessings of the Fortnite line is if a skin has a pistol in a holster, that pistol's gonna be a pistol that you can pull out and play with.
He's got like butterfly joint. Well, barely. No, yeah, he's got butterfly joints. His articulation is great. He looks pretty good. He's not like, I kind of prefer the goofier Fortnite characters, but this guy still looks great. He's got a cool sword. The only thing I don't really like is how thick his back bling is. It's very like, there's no real motion to it.
I don't use mine on him.
It's pretty sturdy. And then sometimes the wires on his arms tend to pop out, which I think you glued yours, right?
No, I cut him off.
Oh yeah, you did cut them off. So yeah, but mine are in there still. I might end up getting rid of them. I think
they pop out on purpose, so that they don't end up like ripping off or anything.
One issue is that this foot is completely like fine. This one holds up, but then this one is way looser. So it's interesting, but I really like the figure overall. He's definitely my second favorite Fortnite figure, which is crazy.
My only disappointment was something I learned after the fact, actually. Apparently, the skin itself has 2 of these swords, so that would have been nice to have included.
Yeah, I guess they, I don't know. That's sad. Oh, well. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, good figure. Yeah.
Oh, and quickly before I move on, I did just transfer Grimlock off screen, so that's what you're probably hearing.
That was quick.
Yeah. Love this guy. Fantastic. I know Redden doesn't like him, but
I have him in that mode right now. I actually transformed him this morning.
I always keep mine in his T-Rex mode. I do love his robot mode.
Well, that's
the blockiness, but he's dying.
That's
mode.
the iconic Grimlock. So
our number 8 picks. Bren, have you went first yet or not?
I did number 9.
No, you did 9 last. So yeah, go for that.
Okay, I'll go first, and then.
All right.
Tyler and Bren last. My number 8 pick is Sky. Same things as what you both said. She's a Bren,
I think we found our zombie cap.
Yeah.
For this.
Figure we all agree on.
Basically what Tyler was saying. She's a great figure. Probably one of the best female figures that Hasbro has done. There's nothing to complain about with the figure. She's literally superb. There's no loose joints or anything like that. I will say, if I had to gripe, I think the colour of the forearms and the hands are a different shade to the actual plastic.
Well, because it's paint, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a little different.
That's the only thing, if you have to criticise anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's great. If you can find her for a good price, she's 1000% worth it. So, yeah. Tyler, what is your number 8 pick?
My number 8 figure is the Power Rangers Lightning Collection SPD Shadow Ranger. This guy has and will be one of my favorite, my favorite Power Rangers character and one of my favorite fictional characters. I have, similar to John Walker, I have 4 of him. That the other 3 are all customized to look different. But yeah, he's a figure I love. I customized him, added more paint that he was missing, and just love him.
He looks very cool. He doesn't look like a Power Rangers character. He looks like a Kamen Rider character or something like that.
Yeah, he's super dope.
Yeah. Is it my turn again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 8. Yeesh. Okay, number 8 is a figure I got pretty recently, and I was shocked by the quality of said figure. For a character that I don't even necessarily have that high of a... Well, she's not horrible. but she's starting to become one of my favorite Star Wars characters. We're of course talking about Fennec Shand. Yeah. Really solid figure. I was shocked by how good this one is. Tiny figure, absolutely tiny. But it works. She's small. She's short in the show. Maybe not this short though. I feel like this is a little weird. Actually, hold on.
I mean, she'll be accurate in size to like how the actress would be.
The face is good. It's with Black Series faces, they tend to be a bit shiny, so I kind of tend to just do that most of the time. But it's a good look for her. The orange and the black is a really nice color combo. You'd think that her legs wouldn't be able to move because of these the skirt piece, but you get some pretty good range out of that.
Which is good because she's basically the closest thing to an Assassin's Creed character in Star Wars. Like she is dynamic for sure.
She's got a cool gun. She's great. I really like her. I also just noticed that the way I had her posed, her gun got completely warped, so that was cool. Oh Jesus. Okay.
You and guns, honestly.
No, she's holding it right. Left it for
just Boba Fett.
Literally holding it right. It just got warped.
Oh, that's
Jesus.
weird. Yeah.
So it was in her shoulder too much, I guess.
Yeah, maybe just, actually have the gun facing down so the stock is out instead of fucking having it like this.
Well, I mean, you're going to need to heat that thing up to fix it now because that thing is big.
Beyond repair.
No, it's repairable. You just have to heat it.
You just have to
Beyond repair.
Beyond repair for your level of effort.
Dude, it's beyond repair.
Apologies for that.
That's
so
nice.
She whacked that thing over someone's head is what happened.
Yeah. That's it, though. Fennec's good figure.
We did my number 8. Did we do all of our number 8? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so we're on number 7. I must have written far too many figures here. Okay, I'm going to get rid of one because I have.
Okay.
Or did you do number? I don't think you did number 8 yet. Did you?
Yeah, you did. It was Sky.
I did. It was Sky. So we're on number 7 now. So we'll go Tyler, me, then Braden.
Why am I going last every single time?
Because you cried when I put you first, and you've just
Go first. Braden, go first now. Right now.
You go first right now?
Number 7. Right now.
All right, number 7. Well, let me tell you, number 7 is gonna be Number 7 is freaking a figure that no one cares about, and people they're gonna cringe when they see this. All right, this is a weeb figure.
Oh God.
This is the Variable Action Heroes Trafalgar D Waterlog.
Trafalgar D Waterlog.
I have to say his full name, but I did just to make you guys cringe. This was a Christmas gift that I got for my sibling, and I took it because this is the best figure in the entire line. This line is such a weird up and down. They don't know how to do articulation, and they don't know how to do sculpting a lot of the time. But because this is a pretty generic, just base body, there is so much. It's just a good sculpt. Like articulation is great. You can get his legs all the way back, kick his own ass. His arms can move pretty great. He's got a sheathed long ass sword.
Fucking Sephiroth sword over there, Jesus.
Big ass sword. He comes with plenty of faces. He comes with plenty of accessories, like a shit ton of hands. This guy is just this is what the line should have been. It's just these good ass articulated figures. He's huge, by the way, absolutely massive. Here, let's put Fennec Shand next to him.
Oh my God.
To dwarf the scale.
Not a 6-inch scale figure.
No, but these people are just massive anyways, so it kind of works. But I was really happy with this figure. It's easily the best of the line, and I'm happy to have him.
So you bought it for your sibling,
yeah,
as a Christmas gift, and then as soon as you got it, you were like,
nope, this is mine now. To be fair, my sibling doesn't really care about action figures, so they were fine with it. So yeah, but a good figure. So.
So my number 7 figure, and these figures are all mostly above the Marvel Legends. If I did a top 10 list between the two, few of the Marvel Legends would beat out over these guys. But Bo-Katan from the Star Wars Black series is just a goddamn perfect figure. I was so freaking excited when she was in The Mandalorian Season 2 to get a figure of her, and she did not let me down in any way. She is just delightful. I have no complaints.
Wow.
At all.
Literally perfect figure.
I mean, that's fair. I think my only complaints with that figure is the browns are a bit too bright to what the on-screen stuff is, but that's just nitpicking at that point.
Yeah, it doesn't really bug me.
Yeah.
They've been brighter in like Clone Wars and stuff. So.
So my number 7th pick is the Transformers Earthrise leader class Optimus Prime. This is probably one of the best Optimuses you can get right now that actually transforms, and I mean, like, his chest is open, you can take the Matrix out and everything. Leader class, it's a Voyager. The only reason why they've marketed as that is because it comes with his trailer as well. It's just a shit way that Hasbro gets more money out of you by just saying it's a leader class when a real leader class is like massive.
Yeah,
it's like Grimlock is a leader class, and that's meant to be the same thing. It's just not. No. I love this thing though. I absolutely love Optimus. He is my favourite Transformers character, just with Shockwave and Grimlock. So I absolutely love the G1 design as well. So yeah, he's my number 7th pick. So we'll go to our 6th picks. I'll go first. Then we'll go Tyler, then Braden, because Braden was first. I've got a bit to say on these figures. So my number 7th. No, we're on 6. Sorry. My number 6th pick is something Doctor Who related, and these figures genuinely mean a lot to me, and I'll explain why. It is the Doctor Who Character Online exclusive Jungle of Mechanist Dalek set. So you get 2 of these, and I'll explain why they mean so much to me. These are originally from the Doctor Who movies that came out in the 60s. And there's 2. Now, the BBC don't have the license to use these, right? So you can't get figures of them or anything like that. I think the rights are still owned by Fox.
Now Disney, I guess.
Yeah, so Character Options, who make the figures, can't use the likeness. Now, in the 60s, there was a story called The Chase, and the BBC was desperate for more props in the background, and they lent some of the movie Daleks in the background, and this is how we were able to get the set.
Bit of a loophole.
It's a limited set to 5,000. I'm incredibly grateful I own at least one. There are people out there who own at least 10 of them, and I just think, it irritates me. But yeah,
jealous.
These genuinely mean so much to me. I'm super happy that we have them. We're never going to get them ever again. So they are a very special collector's piece in my collection. So yeah, sorry to go off on a little tangent on that, but I had to explain.
Cool. I didn't know that.
I had to explain.
Interesting.
With all the Doctor Who online exclusives, they are all limited to 5,000 as well. So yeah, if I could, I would have put the other 2 that were on that have came out on the list, but this one just means so much to me. So yeah, Tyler.
So my number 6 pick is the Square Enix Ring Arts Kingdom Hearts 3 Second Form Sora. It's a bit of a mouthful, but
ring all.
yeah. I am a massive Kingdom Hearts fan, and this figure is just gorgeous. My only problem with him, and I rectified it, his lower ball joint for his neck was super loose, so if you articulated it, it would like pop out real easy. So I just glued it in, so now he just has the upper ball joint and can still swap his heads.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is fantastic, and I love him.
Good.
Layden's like,
Oh,
Not
okay.
like that
I was
at all.
super invested in your emotional
No. Listen, it's
journey
just-
with your
Yeah,
Doctor
yeah.
Who figures.
No, he's
I mean,
fine. I'm just teasing.
It's Kingdom Hearts. I've never played it or anything, so.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a good figure. I just
He's
don't
great.
have any attachment
It's
to it.
yeah.
Do
It's
you know what I
totally
mean?
Got two of them. Not him, but-
Bren, what about you?
Okay, number 6, right? Wait, no.
Number 6.
10, 9, 8,
6.
7. Yeah. Okay, number 6. All right.
Numbers.
Number 6, we have one of the greatest video game icons of all time, Crash Flippin' Bandicoot.
Hey.
Now, he's a little higher. So this is the newer release. This is the Deluxe Ultimate Pack that came with 3 heads and an Aku mask, which is what I've been wanting for forever. So this is technically the best Crash. Look at the paint on the freaking hands. Like there's a shininess and like a weirdly like well texturedness to the glove.
Like a leathery sort of look to the leather gloves. Yeah.
They're like perfect leather. His articulation is shockingly good for a Crash figure, especially the torso. I mean, you can get this mofo to look like down.
Yeah. He can do the anime turnaround. Yeah.
Yeah, he can go. Wow. You know, this guy's great.
And you can. One fun thing is you can with the ball joint eyebrows, you can pop him and switch him so he looks like he's angry or something.
Or you can do that.
Or just make him look like Toa Kirima Nakoto when you take him off.
You can take off the eyebrows. So this guy's pretty great. I really like him. There's not much you can really do in terms of articulation, so he is a bit lacking in some areas. Like his tiny legs do tend to kind of get a little problematic.
Yeah, I would like to get that deluxe Crash. I got the first release, and he broke twice for me.
Yeah.
His nose broke off.
Yeah.
So I had to glue it back on, and then his knee joint broke off.
Yikes.
So yeah, I don't really mess with that figure at all. So I'd like to get that ultimate one.
He's pretty good. I really like him. I guess he's just not higher up. He's not higher up on the list. There's actually another NECA figure that beats him out. I'm sure you guys already know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
But
I can see him.
number 6.
Well,
All right.
moving on to our 5th spot, we'll go Tyler, Bren, and me last.
Yeah.
All right. So my number 5 is a figure I love and have put a boatload of work into to make him even better. But it is the first version of the figure because he has gotten significantly worse with the re-releases. It is the Jazzware Spartan Collection Halo Infinite Master Chief. So for this figure, I put a lot of work into tightening up his joints because the first wave had loose joint problems, and I gave him a black wash. And then his chrome visor started to flake, so I gave him a visor from a later version. But that being said, I still goddamn love this figure, and it is the best figure in the Halo collection for me. And he's a masterpiece. He's the Master Chief.
The Master.
Can I just... I've only just clicked onto something. You know, I'm recording Skype.
Mm-hmm.
It can see what I've named you.
I thought about that earlier, yeah.
So it's coming up as me, slap my body and call me Norman. Besides blowjob Billy.
That's great.
And then yours is Harry Harold himself.
What a professional
I've only
podcast.
just clicked on, I do
Perfect.
apologise. Oh god. Yeah, Brendan, what about you?
Hey, number 5. Number 5.
We need
All
some
right.
big text on the go.
Number 4. Okay. Number 5 is perhaps one of my... You know what? No. we're gonna do this. We're gonna do number 5 is the Return of the Boba Fett.
Return of the Boba Fett.
Yeah, this is the Return of the Boba Fett, right?
Return of the
This is my favorite Black Series figure. The more I play with him, the more his jetpack falls off, the more I really like him. I kind of prefer the new Boba Fett design, if I'm being honest. But I really like this figure. He's good. He's got a good look. If anything, I wish there was more paint to like his suit. It's
His
very
undersuit, yeah.
yeah, it's really shiny. Which is all right. And you
you
guys would be screaming if you saw how thin his helmet was, because it's really thin.
You gotta boil. You refuse
Fix it.
to heat that thing up and fix it.
I refuse to fix it because I like showing off how gimpy mine is. And I don't know how to make guns.
It matches its owner.
Yeah. He's got a great little cape. Yeah, this guy's great. This was the first time where I realized, hey, Black Series is kind of sick. Because I didn't buy a lot of Black Series figures up until he released. So, actually owning him, he's really cool. He comes with a decent amount of accessories, which is nice.
Really shouldn't be a deluxe, though.
No, but that's a whole other debate, isn't it? A lot of Boba Fett shouldn't be deluxe, but they are. I think this guy is at least somewhat warranted in the deluxe price, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. You do get a lot of stuff on him.
This guy makes sense. The other ones don't make any sense. But, again, that's a separate issue. But that's my number 5.
Go away. Go away. Get out of here. Go!
So, for my number 5 spot, it's a 2-pack, but obviously I'm going to talk about one of the figures. But the 2-pack in question is the Star Wars Black Series, Forlom, and Zuckuss 2-pack. The figure in question, Zuckuss. I love this figure. It's such an obscure character. He says fuck all. He does nothing. But the figure doesn't... The figure has no right being as good as it is. The whole thing's soft goods. He has double jointed legs, arms, all that stuff. Obviously you can't really see them, but just like the detail on his face and stuff, like, yeah, I absolutely love him. He's just a fucking fat alien.
Is that so? That one's from the 2-pack with the classic colors, right?
Yeah, so this is actually, so even though it's classic colors, this is what you see in Empire, that color. The one they released isn't the accurate color, but the release of the standard release for Forlom is the accurate color, whilst this one isn't. I don't know.
That's also, I believe that's also the 2-pack where Forlom is Zuckuss and Zuckuss is Forlom.
It's the Kenner inspired.
The Kenner version.
That's Zuckuss, supposedly. That's Forlom, even though it isn't. But it's such a great set. I absolutely love these two. I really love Forlom, just quickly. But I think it's just because he's more of a planar design compared to Zuckuss. And he's a protocol droid, which is whatever, but visually he's much more interesting to look at, and
he's a good companion piece too.
Yeah, like I say, you can't have one without the other, so I had to include them. But I absolutely love this Black Series figure. He's definitely one of my favourites. Like I say, he's just a fat alien. Yeah, I absolutely love him.
Fat bug-faced alien.
Yeah, very weird. So let's move on to our 4th pick. Who wants to go first? Alright, I'll go first. Then.
Don't everyone raise your hand.
I'll go first. Then.
I went first last time, so...
I'll go first. I'm going to go Braden and Talon.
Sure.
My 4th pick is a Return of the Jedi Boba Fett figure. Absolutely fantastic figure. The accessories are great. Fair enough, it shouldn't be a deluxe, but here we are, whatever. I just absolutely adore this thing. It's such a good representation of Boba Fett from Episode 6. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the newest version of Boba, because it's not entirely accurate to what we see in the Book of Boba Fett. I'd much rather wait until we get the
Red Boot version.
Yeah, because that's a gorgeous look. But this is the definitive Boba Fett figure for me at the minute, and I haven't got any issues. I mean, the cape, fair enough, it could be soft goods, but even that, just, it's fine.
It's small enough. I don't.
It gets out the way. It's not
cumbersome.
it's not like Mando's, which is ruins the figure. And
well, that figure's got problems either way.
There you go. That's how the helmet should look. So
Yeah.
No, I know how it's supposed to
well, there
look.
you go, get it done.
Not like.
I know what it's supposed to look like. I just don't.
Yeah, I absolutely love him. He's a great figure. Bryn.
It's number 4, right?
Number 4 is gonna be probably one of my favorite NECA figures of all time.
Mm-hmm.
He's an absolute unit. He's an icon of the industry. He's one of my favorite.
I know who it is. Yeah.
We're talking about Danny Doyle.
Oh, okay.
A trench coat gremlin. Who is he's obviously a bit customized. The gremlin packs are nice because you can just make like anything with them. I created this character for my YouTube show, Fiorama, and no plug intended. But this character is inspired by like noir films, like heavy drinker, smoker, detective character. And he's like, "Hey, it's me. I've got a transatlantic accent." Pretty damn good. I love the Gremlins figures in general, so technically this spot could just go towards all the Gremlins figures because they're all amazing.
Does it not have a hard time standing?
It does have a bit of a tricky time standing. The legs are freaking tiny, so that could be a bit of an issue. But if you get them in the right pose, if you get them in the right spot, it's not too bad. And
it's not too hard to get them to balance.
Siggy in there. He's got glasses, which actually have a little crack in them, so you got to be really careful with the glasses. He's got the hat. He's got the soft goods jacket. I mean, in my opinion, he's almost damn near perfect, and he is.
It's the perfect blend of all the accessories that you get from different gremlins.
So he's absolutely my number 4. He's amazing. He's one of my favorite NECA figures of all time. So yeah,
kind of a custom on the list too.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Now I want to say, because Layden's going to want to murder me for this, from number 8 to number 1, all these figures mean the world to me. I fucking love them, especially 5 to 1. Right, absolutely obsessed with these figures.
Absolute bangers.
My number 4 figure was my number 2 figure of 2020. It is the Black Series Stormtrooper. This guy is, again, perfection in figure form. You are just holding a little man in a suit of armor, and I would absolutely love to have like 90 of these if I could afford them, because they are just so amazing. I have the Incinerator Trooper, and I have one more, Tylus and Gotha, right here.
There you go.
Listen, I've got enough of them at the minute.
Even I too.
But yeah, this guy is just amazing. He is also a figure that is on my headboard all the time, because I just obsessed with him. Love him.
Once you start playing with them, you can't stop with them. It's weird.
Classic fiddle figure.
Yeah.
So let's go to our third spot. Let's go Braden, Thailand.
Yeah, I can do it. I can go number 3. All right, number 3. We're gonna have to go. I'm gonna make an executive decision here. So, psych. Actually, Danny Doyle wasn't my favorite NECA figure. This guy's my favorite NECA figure.
I was gonna say, come on.
Right?
I knew he was gonna be on the list.
I did a little swap, but I mean, for anyone who doesn't know, I think I talked about this in the episode that I'm actually in, which, by the way, is my second episode. Hello, everyone. You've been watching for like more than an hour now, but. But I love Spyro. I grew up with it, so having a figure form of this character, like a good figure, is everything I've ever wanted. And he's not perfect, obviously, but with this design, you couldn't really get better than this. An alternate head would have been nice. Some more effects and other accessories would have been really, really cool. But for what we got, probably the only ever Spyro figure we're ever going to get from the company, I'm extremely happy with it. And I love the paint job. Love his face. It's just so well done. Even the tail being like stupidly articulated. Amazing. And I love him. Great. He's so good. That's why he's my number 3.
Tyler getting all his accessories. I'm trying to not make it close.
What?
You were.
Who's slapping boxes around?
Sorry, I had to.
Tyler!
I realized I had to swap something. Oscar chewed on the accessory of my number one figure, so I had to take my extra of the number one figure and get the accessory. Oscar's an evil little bastard sometimes.
Yeah, he is.
Tyler, do you want to go first or?
Okay, for number 3?
Yep.
So, yeah, okay. My number 3 figure is a McFarlane Toys figure. It is the McFarlane Legend of Vox Machina Vexalia figure. I put some work into this figure to bring her down. She's a 7-inch figure. I tried to make her more in line with 6-inch. But I am a massive fan of Critical Role and D&D. And this figure is just stellar. I need to put the work into the other one to make him shorter because his legs are fucking gigantic. Yeah. yeah. His legs are like this fucking long. Yeah. But I hope they do more. I hope they do a wave 2. Maybe when season 2 comes out or before that, because I'd love to have that full collection. So, yeah.
Juicy. For my third pick is another Doctor Who thing. It is the History of the Daleks set number 7, which is based on Day of the Daleks. These ones aren't like an exclusive or anything, but the main reason why this is so high on my list is mainly the gunmetal grey Dalek, which is quite hard to see. It's just a gorgeous figure, entirely gunmetal as the prop is. And it's the first time we've had this in the collection with its correct colours and stuff. I absolutely love this design. Visually,
it's like a shadow Dalek.
Yeah,
it looks pretty black on our
I'd have to take a picture and show it in chat. But anyone who collects,
what color is it like, properly?
It is properly. It's a gunmetal grey.
Okay.
And then it's got like black hemispheres and stuff. And then you get the Supreme Dalek, which is in its correct gold. And yeah, I absolutely love this set. So that's my third pick. They are just repaints.
I can't complain about your Daleks because they look like so much fun. Those weird little traffic cone men.
They are genuinely. If I had to pick one thing just to collect from the line,
Daleks,
hands down.
Yeah, that's fair.
Even though they are repaints and they only change out like different guns, heads, and so on.
That's kind of like what they're like in the show, though.
Yeah,
right?
it is until you get like.
It'd be like collecting only like Astromechs from the Black Series. Not that the Black Series Astromechs are great, but totally understandable if that's what you would want to collect.
And I mean, it's such an icon of the show anyway. It's kind of one of those things where you can just collect them and not have anything else because they do stand on their own.
And they still work within like 6-inch if you wanted to.
Yeah, so they are aimed at 5-inch figures, but these props in particular are quite small anyway. So,
you could get away with it, basically.
Yeah,
you could totally work it.
Yeah, so like I don't know, say Bob was like 6 foot or something, and you know you could get away like someone obviously sits in this. So
like if you were gonna do Star Wars photography, you could easily have him in the
background. So, but if I wanted something from a later seasons that have bigger props, then they definitely fit in with 6-inch stuff. So they're not completely out of scale or anything. They are slightly, but
a little bit.
Not massively. So let's go to our number 2 picks. Bren, do you want to go first, or
sure? Number 2.
Did you go first last time?
I don't remember. Did I?
Yes.
Okay.
Right,
so someone else
first.
Okay, I'll go
Tyler,
first.
you go first, and then me. Bren.
So my number 2 figure is one of the most expensive figures I've ever bought, and just looking at him just brings joy to my soul. He is just so delightful. It is the Lim Toys Lemini Ahab, otherwise known as Venom Snake from Metal Gear Solid 5. This guy is just so fantastic. One of my favorite games of all time, and my favorite version of Snake from the Metal Gear Solid franchise. Even if he's not properly, he's not an actual Snake, but whatever. The lore's complicated.
Yeah.
I love him. Such a cool figure. Comes with so many accessories, and he's the best.
Good pick.
He's a
Good pick.
big boy.
My second pick, because one of these figures haven't appeared on the list yet. It is the Star Wars Black Series Artillery Trooper. Fantastic sculpt and body. Honestly, it's one of those things where you do just pick it up and just go wild with it. But this being my second spot, mainly being that it's my favourite colour of Trooper, and it's so much fun because you get the mortar rounds. They like come out of the backpack and you can actually put them into the actual artillery thing as if it's firing, which is very fun. And I just absolutely love him. Really, really love this figure. It's one that was meant to be an exclusive to the States, and it really pissed me off. But I'm incredibly happy that I have this. I can't wait to Tyler, for you to eventually get him. He's
I
he's
still
great.
didn't get my hands
Super
on
good
him.
with the Incinerator Trooper.
And
Great.
it's just a match made in heaven, because I have the Incinerator Trooper, which is red, my favorite color. Leia's got that one, which is yellow, his favorite.
Yeah,
color.
and the paint markings are a lot cleaner on this compared to the Incinerators, which is more of
Damage,
a rush
scratched.
Yeah, look, which is quite nice. Bren, what about you? What's your second pick?
Number 2 is Sky. There she is. Took her a while.
I was gonna say, I was curious. I was like, when's she gonna be?
Oh, the best, in my opinion, the best Fortnite figure I own. One of the best Hasbro figures. Downright my favorite Hasbro figure that I own. She is super articulated, like almost to an insane degree.
It's ridiculous.
Her neck is articulated. Her it's almost unnecessary. If she was just like if she didn't have a jacket or like the scarf hanging around her, she would be like literally probably the most articulated figure of all time.
The jacket really doesn't hinder anything either.
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Is like if that wasn't there, it would be all over the place.
She's got better articulation than fucking a Marvel Legends Spider-Man figure.
Usually,
most of them, yeah. She can.
No drop down hinges.
Even with the skirt, she could get deeper splits than any Spider-Man Legends.
Yeah, she comes with an epic gamer bag with a little switch in there. And I just like this character's look. In fact, I actually this is weird. This is the only time where like I look at her face, I'm like, I actually think it looks better than the actual model does in the game. Not better than the model, but like I prefer this. In the game, she looks a bit... There's something about her that I don't really like. But just here, this is when I was like... Because I got Ripley as my first Fortnite figure. And I was like, that's a pretty good figure. And then I got her, and I was like, this is a contender for like the best Hasbro shit ever.
Yeah.
She's so... And the line, I've continued to buy so many more figures. And Tina's actually pretty damn high up, actually. She's great, too.
Did you get her this year or last year?
It was this year. You got him.
Yeah, this year.
Sorry.
Is she going to be on your top 10 list?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how many more bangers come out this year. You know? If I get my hands on that Fury Planet Crocker figure...
If it comes out this year, it might get delayed.
It should be coming out this year, but we'll see.
Yeah, it looks good.
Just amazing. My number 2 spot.
All right.
And let's go our number 1 pick. So I'll go first.
Number 1.
I know who it is.
I'll go first. I'm gonna go Braden, then Tyler if you want, and then we'll go into our 2 least liked
favorite
figures and shit, and we'll just talk about them like just both of them at the same time and shit.
Yeah.
So my number 1 pick. Let's turn its lights on. Cause,
Here it comes.
It is the 3-0 Dlx Bumblebee figure. This thing is a work of art. I cannot express how good this thing is. fair enough, it doesn't transform. Yeah, it's my first Transformer that I've got that doesn't transform. But the level of detail and paint and everything like that on this thing is just... It's honestly, it literally is like a work of art. It's ridiculous that these are like produced in such quantities, because you think, fucking hell, the paint, like you can get it that well, and you know, like with rust patches on the like on the, not the armor, the metal and stuff like that, and obviously the eyes light up, and yeah, he comes with a shit ton of accessories, different hands, his stinger cannon that can attach to the hand.
Yeah.
The most articulated I think I've gotten on a figure. Yeah, I absolutely love this thing. I genuinely would be surprised if anything could top this for me. Maybe another 3-0 figure.
More 3-0 figures.
Yeah, I'm desperate for another one. I really want another one, but it's the space, and they are massive and
expensive.
That too. Bumblebee is the shortest one, and you can already see how big it is. Like,
yeah, for sure.
And I mean, the Optimus is
giant.
About that, it's huge. I would love to get Soundwave. I think he's definitely the one that I would want to get. But yeah, he's my number one pick. So, yeah.
You're up, Bray.
Number one, everyone already knows what it is. It's not hard to see.
Do we?
I actually don't know.
I would have thought Spyro would have been your number one.
Really? Well, I've talked about it before. That's the only reason why I'm saying it is because
I know you have. I'll know the figure as soon as you pull it out. But
right now you don't.
Yeah.
Number one favorite figure, pretty much of all time, is Loki. No. Okay. The actual favorite figure of all time has to be the entirety of the Plunderlings line.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
I didn't think it was any shadow of a doubt that this would be my number one pick. I mean, goddamn, I supported the Kickstarter for the new ones really hard. In fact, I ended up getting 1 strong and 3 longs. So
all right, how's that working? Because I'm not really sure on how the whole process works and stuff.
Well, so you throw money at the project just to back it, but they don't charge you, and then they charge you once they actually start going into production. Then they'll charge you for shipping when they're actually ready to ship, like next year, basically.
So where can you buy them from? Because they look great.
You can buy them on Big Bad Toy Store right now.
They have Plunderlings on Big Bad Toy Store, and you can pre-order any longs or strongs on Big Bad Toy Store too, because they'll have extras that they secure.
If you're gonna get some, that's where you're gonna want to go.
Yeah, and they are handmade pretty much. They're not. Well, I'm sure there's a factory process to it, obviously, but like they are not like they're not going through like the Hasbro loops or anything.
They are exactly what the company wants.
They are hand painted pretty much. Well, I keep saying hand painted like it's one guy painting them all, but like they're painted. And the biggest flaw about them is the paint chipping. That's the worst thing about them. But honestly, it's not even that big of a deal when you consider the accessories that you get with them, the magnets in the head that you can attach any hat to.
Super neat thing.
That's pretty cool.
A bunch of weapons like hammers, mallets, swords, guns, telescopes. Like this is my default one, my favorite one, the Captain Teal. But they're all honestly all on the list because they're just so good. And then the sculpt, there's a ridiculous amount of articulation with them. I mean, I only recently just figured out that they have a ball joint in the head, and then there also is a hinge too, so you can do some funky stuff.
And you can just pop the heads off because you can swap them.
Yeah, you can, and they come with 3 heads total. So you get the one in the package, and then you get 2 extra ones, which is pretty maddening, especially considering the heads are kind of like exactly just with
and they're big too.
They're big. They're quite large. And they're small figures. Don't get me wrong. They might not be worth the price, but it
is a smaller independent company, so
it is, yes. And I think it's totally worth the price. And it is the most unique figure that I own, like the most unique line that I own, and I'm happy to support the Kickstarter, the modern Kickstarter, and I will continue supporting the company from now on because
what's typically the price for these anyway?
Around $40.
Yeah, which doesn't seem fair.
I think on BBTS they're like 35 to 40.
Yeah, they're $39.99, I believe.
I mean,
so, but they come with
you do get a lot, and these magnets involved,
and again, it is a smaller, more independent company. So.
Yeah, they look great though.
They're
Whenever
great.
you get one and you show it off, I always think they look amazing.
I would show them all, but they're all in another room, so I'd have to run. So I have like, I think 5 now. Yeah, I have 5 now. So.
All right.
I'm pretty dead set. So yeah, number 1. Those are my 10.
Okay.
Tyler.
So my number 1 figure is a figure that I desperately hope Hasbro makes more of in the line. He is the only one of his kind so far, but it is the Hasbro D&D Drizzt Do'Urden. He also has a little bit of a paint chipping issue. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but this sword in particular, the paint tends to chip a bit. But I have 2 of him. This one's kind of my play one, and then the other one I keep in the box. But he is delightful. He's my favorite D&D character. He has like 20-something books, and I have like 15 on Audible so far. But yeah, he's such a badass. Such a cool figure. He has a bunch of accessories. He comes with a fucking panther as his other figure in the box, which is dope. Hasbro kills it with their animal figures. He's just super awesome. He's pinless. He is super articulated. And yeah, I just really hope that they make more of this quality because he is fantastic.
Juicy. Well, before we, end this massive thing that we've been recording, we're going to talk about 2 figures finally. Bryn, do you want to go first?
Sure. I was the one who got 2 extras, so we're technically not. Okay.
Just talk. You can just talk about them both at the same time, and
Yes, whip them out.
I've got 2, obviously. So, I guess this is not necessarily bad. They're both with the same theme of disappointment, I think. Because these figures I was really excited for, and I was pretty let down by both of them. So I got... Well, she's already starting to piss me off. One of her accessories just fell off. So we got the Jules, and we got this Variable Action Heroes Luffy. Now, they both have an issue. Jules is a decent figure on paper if it weren't for the stupid fucking rubber torso overlay.
Show how awful it is. Show how terrible it is.
So it constantly moves.
Just stretch it. It's
you don't want to be doing this. By the way, there's nothing under there, so don't get any ideas. Trust me, I've tried. And also,
do you mean you've tried?
It's a super cheap ass material. It's got hairs on it from my bed. It's just like, and also like if you accidentally touch this spot here, the print will rub off super easily. She comes with plenty of accessories, but she like hard. Well, actually, no, it's fine actually. But she also comes with this stupid back bling that can't go into her back because the peg is too short. So you can't. You can try to make it work, but it's not going to work. So I'm glad that she's only an Amazon exclusive, I believe. So she's not like a common figure. Also, she doesn't have double jointed elbows. They can get pretty high up, but for the Fortnite line, that's kind of disappointing. So she's okay, but honestly, she's not like she's not really worth it. I know a lot of people do like her, but she's not really my thing. And then, sorry, I'll make this brief. The first Variable Action Heroes figure I got was the main man, the main character of One Piece, Luffy.
And I genuinely feel like this is a bootleg or something, because the moment I got it out, I went to switch one of the hands, and I want to see if I can show this off on camera as well as I possibly can. There is the wrist joint, and let me show you the other one for reference. So that's the main one. The cap for it just popped off, basically completely changing out the hands to the point where if I twist it the wrong way, it's going to snap. And I've kept it like this for pretty much whenever I got him, probably a year or so now. He is
that tiny little cap flew away and you can never find it.
He is so loose, it's embarrassing, and he loosened up so quickly. For a frame of reference, I've had this guy for not very long, pretty much since Christmas, but he is still as good as when I busted him out of the package. Mm-hmm. And this guy I've played with probably the exact same amount, but he just is so bad with articulation. He can barely stand. There's toe joints this is like McFarlane-ass toe joints here, but they're even worse because they're more loose. And I was just really disappointed because he's the main character, and you want a good figure of the main character, but it's not good at all. So I really hope they just make this figure like completely from the ground up, because this is bad. This is not good. So yeah, the passionate rant is over.
Okay.
Sorry.
What's your...
All right. So my two least favorite figures, one of these showed up earlier. It's this big fucking brick. And then the other one is...
That looks awful, though.
Yeah, he's...
No, he looks
gross.
cool. What's wrong?
He's disgusting looking. He can't really do much. That's as far as his knee can bend. His elbow gets 90. His torso can't do anything. His head can't do anything. He's just... And
he's got proper limp wrists in. That's how his wrists go.
He's doing this thing. He's going like...
Stop it.
Yeah.
When I first opened this figure, I don't know what was wrong with him, but he fucking reeked. Like, stank. Like, had just a stench emanating from him that matched how ugly he is.
They wanted to give you this.
Yeah, Tyler's there just sniffing his fingers. And
Todd McFarlane sent one of his...
It was, like, pungent. Like, as soon as I opened the box...
Oh, you were like...
Hits... Yeah.
Todd McFarlane shat in the box, and there you go. The rest is history.
Oh, that's what all this is. It's just Todd's shit. Yeah, he's awful, and I mean he'll be fine for photos, but he'll never do anything useful.
He's big too.
That's the other one. I put a similar amount of work into as his counterpart, and he is similarly as awful as his television show. It is the Halo 2 Master Chief that I repainted to be all metallic instead of key lime green, so that he can at least look decent. This figure is articulated horribly. That is the fucking thing to ever be made ever. His feet just swivel. They don't have any pivot, and then they barely do much. Toe joints, because fucking McFarlane and the Jazzwares gotta have toe joints. His elbows hardly get 90 for double jointed elbows. Torso can do next to nothing, and then his head can look down a little bit and up like half an inch, like it's just a fraction, a few centimeters, and then he can turn his head a little bit, and he sucks compared to this thing. I mean, look at that. You can just see the difference.
Like it's the meme of like the virgin the mad.
That's like the TV version, and that's from the game.
The bad one is the fucking that's the TV show Master Chief compared to the real Master.
Yeah. This looks like he stepped out of the video game. This looks like he got shot out of a toy line from fucking 20 years ago.
Which is sad because I actually like I actually bought that figure too, and my experience was I was with Thatch and Aiden, and sure enough, Thatch and Aiden both got the figure. They're really excited to get it, and then they take it all out of the package, and then I go to take mine out of the package, and the leg fucking like limps down. The joint inside the leg had snapped inside the package. So I was the only one that day that got the dud. So
yeah, and he didn't even keep it. He didn't take it home with him.
No, I was like, hey, you have it. I don't care.
Yeah, no, it's abysmal, like literal garbage. If every figure in the Halo line was like this,
cancel.
Yeah, and they're getting there. They're getting there.
Are they?
They're getting there.
Yeah, this figure is gorgeous. Also has similar issues like the knees, which are less egregious. Also just the swivel, but like at least he's got something to make up for it. Like,
Right.
But yeah.
So my two figures are from the Black Series.
Okay.
One being the TIE Fighter pilot.
I was seriously debating putting that one on the list
as one of them, and the other one being the Empire Lando. I'll talk about him last because he's the one that I dislike the most out of the two. This figure is pretty meh. It's a very bland and boring design to begin with. The articulation is arse. He's short, like a lot shorter than the Stormtroopers should be.
Not too much, but yeah.
It is shorter. It's the shortest out of any of them. Mine's got the fucking long leg, short leg thing on the go. So that fucking irritates me. I don't know how well you can see that, but
Yeah, you can see a little bit.
yeah, and it's just. I kind of was looking forward to it because I don't know, it's another trooper, I guess. But it's just boring. It's just such a boring figure. It's like that Loki figure for Bryn for me. It's just so bland.
Interesting.
It is very petite in its proportions, so I kind of just look at this figure as being like a female pilot, and that's kind of just how I justify it. It's the only one I have on the shelf, but it's. I mean, I debated having it being my least favorite, but then I looked down and saw that big ugly fucking thing. So,
and secondly, Lando from Episode 5.
Another figure I have.
God, I hate this figure so much.
Really?
Yep. His face is gorgeous.
Yeah, the face is
can't
actually
really
pretty
tell,
good.
but
I
it's
got
not shiny or
I
anything.
got the vintage one. I don't know if you did.
Yeah, so did I.
But even without this ugly fucking thing on, the figure, like its base body, is terrible. The articulation is, again, shite. That's all you get him with the head. It's so bad. It just looks so unnatural. I hate this figure so much.
That's his center.
I really, and I hate the torso is terrible. I think it only turns.
It's awful.
I don't think it goes
Pretty much, yeah.
like.
It doesn't. No, you can get it back a tiny bit.
You're gonna break it.
Look at him.
It's like you know, with older Marvel Legends.
He's got like.
Yeah.
He's got like some grandma booty going on.
You know, like with
what's happening there?
You know, like with the older female Marvel Legends figures where they had like the hips really stuck out. It's more or less like that. Yeah, absolute shit. I might just give it to my dog. In all honesty.
I think your dog would choke on it.
I'll take all the small bits I hate so much.
Yeah, if you want to kill the dog.
I'm definitely gonna get the better Lando, the episode 6 Lando, which is very underrated at some point. So replace this shower with shite. But
just standing behind like the main crew on my shelf, he works. It's really the only saving grace about this figure is
that
the
I can
head.
stand there. Yeah, and the
No,
face.
it's the head. The face looks fantastic, but otherwise,
I will say it's one of those figures that I bought for cheap, and then I opened, and even then never played with. It just went straight on the shelf, and that was it. Yeah.
Real quick, since we did talk about Lando, honorable mention. This guy almost made it onto my top 10 list. The award ceremony Luke. I love this figure. He is delightful. And my only version of Luke that I have on the shelf, I had a last Return of the Jedi version, and I sold him. This version, I don't know. I love the look with the yellow jacket and the blue lightsaber. I just think it's super cool. Criminally underused in the movie.
It's more of a comic look, if anything.
Yeah, they got a lot of love in the comics, and definitely a good look.